Stephen, I want to get your assessment of North America's Leaders Summit. What will come out of it? Will we see border measures improve in the US?
I think it will go beyond border measures. Certainly the president making that visit to the border in El Paso shows that he is determined to have a more effective response to the migration dramas that the United States and other countries confront. What is happening at the moment in Mexico City with the Mexicans and the Canadians is to try and arrive at a regional solution with Central America, whereby people wanting to immigrate to the United States have a very clear legal pathway established. So they don't have to undertake very perilous, sometimes treacherous journeys to the US southern border. It is a real issue in American politics, particularly in some of the border states such as Texas. So what the President of Mexico, the American President, the Canadian Prime Minister have been endeavouring to do is to try and arrive at a consensus not only on the migration issues, but some of the other issues that plague the region, such as drug smuggling, fentanyl in particular. For the Mexicans, it's gun smuggling from the US to Mexico. So it's a very deliberate approach that they've taken. It's a very cooperative approach, and it seems to be working in the sense of an absence of friction and a much better focus on real problems and potential real solutions. As to what happens, Gabby, only time will tell, but at least there is an apparent consensus about how to handle some of these issues between the three countries involved and the countries of Central America.
Just finally, Stephen, you've written a piece today about Kevin McCarthy finally being elected as a Speaker of the House after 15 rounds. What do you make of the fighting and the drama that was involved just to elect him, and what does it really say about the next 2 years in US politics?
The election of Kevin McCarthy was the longest series of ballots, of course, in the US House of Representatives since 1856. That tells you something of the levels of division, particularly within the Republican Party, with the Freedom Caucus not being prepared to support McCarthy for Speaker, only being prepared essentially to abstain in the vote. The curious thing with this division going on in the House is out in Kentucky, the president and Senator Mitch McConnell, a Republican minority leader in the US Senate, were at a bipartisan event, refurbishment of a bridge that links Kentucky with Ohio, which shows how things can be done if people cooperate. I think what we're going to see in the US House is the creation of a number of congressional committees to investigate the COVID-19 pandemic, the withdrawal from Afghanistan, Hunter Biden's computer, and so on and so forth. The challenge for the Republicans is to make these kitchen table issues for the American public and not just be seen to be pursuing vendettas. The difficulty that Kevin McCarthy has is he pursued the speakership with a single-minded dedication, but it seems to have been absent a platform or program for congressional business in the future, unlike most of his predecessors.
Stephen Loosley, we have to leave it there. Thank you so much. Appreciate your time today.
It's a pleasure. Thanks, Gabby.